Good evening, everyone. Yes.
All right, good evening, Rattlers. Welcome to the Miami-Dade chapters, the FAMU National Alumni Association Miami-Dade chapter Rattler-thon. Rattlers, we're so excited tonight because we want every Rattler in Miami-Dade County to be a member of the FAMU National Alumni Association. And with that being said, you see at the bottom there, before I turn it over to Madam President, you see at the bottom there, and we're going to have that running throughout the night, how you can join. That is at miamidadefamunaa.org/membership. Please go in tonight and join, and call a friend, call a family member here in Miami-Dade County, and let's all join the Miami-Dade chapter of the FAMU National Alumni Association. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to our Madam President Miranda Alberry. Ms. Alberry.
Good evening, Rattlers. Good evening, and welcome to the FAMU NAA Miami-Dade Chapter 2024 Rattler-thon. Thank you for tuning in. And oh my goodness, what a night it is going to be. The Rattler-thon is designed to kick off our membership drive, and in doing so, the program is sprinkled with a little fellowship and covered in Rattler pride. I am a 1979 FAMU SBI graduate, and I have been a member of this Miami-Dade chapter for more than 3 decades. Currently, I serve with honor and with pride as the president of this Miami-Dade chapter. Everything that is accomplished in this chapter is because of the dynamic leadership that you will see tonight and our members. We work collectively, and we understand that FAMU invested in us. And in turn, we are investing in the spirit of FAMU. For more than 137 years, Mother FAMU has been the foundation of academic success in our families, our communities, our faith-based and social entities. The Rattler Pride, baby, if you didn't know, now you know. It's real. And when Rattlers work together, friendships are sealed, families remain united, and strangers, all they can say is step back and allow the Rattlers to strike. In this Miami-Dade chapter, the tentacles of those who make up our membership stretch far and wide. FAMU Miami-Dade members bring their strengths, their talents, their energy. Oh, and by the way, they bring their money, okay? Just want you to know that. They bring their money. Our members are totally entrenched in the family and are instrumental in all aspects of the NAA. Need an example? Denitra Collins, past FAMU Miami-Dade president, also serves as the recording secretary for the FAMU NAA Florida region. For example, VP Butler of this Miami-Dade chapter serves on the FAMU NAA recruitment committee, and I humbly serve as the chaplain for the FAMU Florida region. The FAMU NAA Miami-Dade chapter members also serve in key leadership positions in this community. Now check this out. Dr. Nikitris Mandela, president, the Diamondback Pharmacy Club. Mr. Pierre Rutledge, president, 100 Black Men of South Florida. Mr. Ron Butler, president of the King of Clubs of Greater Miami. Mr. Landry Johnson, president, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. David Williams, former councilman of the city of Miami Gardens. Raymond Sands, anti-bacillus, Zeta Nu Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Miss Althea Coleman, she serves as the anti-grammatist for the Gamma Zeta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. In addition, the FAMU breeding has enabled many of our members to follow that entrepreneur green road. Rattler Karen Parker, Park Designs. Rattler Dondra Key Pierce, Charismatic Care. Rattler Tawana Hosey, caption this photo. Rattler Darius Albury Williams, the HBCU shuttle. Rattler Quentin Player, Players Apparel. Rattler Letitia Gaines, bossed up, CEO, owner of several State Farm entities. So Rattler family, come on and join the Miami-Dade chapter. And I will also urge that if you do not live in the 305-786-954 area, reach out to your local chapter and make it a priority to be on Team FAMU NAA. And as you prepare to renew your membership tonight and or join for the first time, I want you to pause right here, because the next voice that you will hear is that of the young man who leads this FAMU National Alumni Association as the 19th president. President Curtis E. Johnson Jr. bleeds and breathes FAMU 24/7. He is and always on the case and identifying new and innovative ways to cause the family to grow and empower others. Rattlers, sit back, relax, put your hands together, and welcome our National Alumni Association President, Rattler Curtis E. Johnson Jr. Rattler Butler, are we still waiting for President Johnson to connect?
Yes, we are. So what we'll do is we will have Bridget, if Bridget is on, do the invocation, and then we will then go into our first vice president. So chapter member Moody.
Yes, good evening.
Go ahead and give the invocation for the evening.
Yes. God, we thank you that you're a gracious God. You rule and you reign and you love down on us. like never before. God, we thank you for your patience, your kindness, your love. We thank you how you allow us to relate to others in Rattler style. God, we thank you for this evening, for us to have some camaraderie, some binding of friendship, some membership drawing, and also some new members that will come into the fold to be able to do the work that we aspire to do in our community. Rattlers, as they always do, we are united in prayer, and we're thankful for every blessing that you have bestowed upon us, for your love and your grace, most definitely your mercies. Carry us through this year and bless those who are able to be here tonight, and most certainly come and visit those and comfort those who are not feeling well, who may be ill, and who may be not feeling so good at heart. But tonight, God, we thank you. And I will end with these words before this prayer from Barack Obama and Maya Angelou. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Guess what? Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. So in all these things, in friendship and love, from the College of Love and Charity, God, we are thankful for this night. So let's celebrate. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain Moody. We now will turn the spotlight over to our first Vice President of the National Alumni Association, Ms. Artisha Pope.
Recording in progress. Good evening, Rattlers. A special shout out to the Rattlers from the 305, 786, 645, and 954. My name is Artisha R. Pope. I have the pleasure of serving you as your national first vice president in the FAMU National Alumni Association. I come to you from Maryland, the DMV. I'm a life member of the FAMU NAA and member of the Washington, D.C. Metro chapter. It is so great to be here this evening. I give honor to your chapter president, Mrs. Miranda Alberry, and all of the officers of the FAMU NAA Miami-Dade chapter. Let me just say, I am so impressed by the honor roll of leaders that you have in your chapter that President Alberry just went over. But I'm here to let you know why I am a member of the FAMU National Alumni Association and invite you to join as well. I first became a member over 2 decades ago when a friend of mine, he asked me to help him serve on a volunteer on the cookout committee in the DC chapter. We still have that going today. And so I volunteered to help him out. And then over the years became more involved. So I came to the NAA because a friend invited me to volunteer to do some work. I stayed over the years, 20 plus years, because let me just say, how many other places can you go and be in a room with Rattlers who graduated 70 years ago, as well as 7 years ago, or more recently? And so let me just tell you, I've learned so much from Rattlers over the years. It's the camaraderie. It is how we help out the university. And so let me tell you why I stayed in the NAA, especially over the years, because it gives me great joy just to look into a student's eyes and to see how our chapter or our National Alumni Association has helped them through scholarships, connections, and just making sure that they're nurtured and loved by the Rattler community while they're in school and when they graduate. And listen, let's just be real. The FAMU NAA needs to continue to help our university, because when the university is in need, FAMU National Alumni Association is there We are the largest direct support organization of Florida A&M University. And when we come together as one united, we help to elevate our alma mater. It is for the students and it's also for us, our legacy. Let's continue the Rattler legacy. Let's continue to help FAMU build up strong, and let's support our university through the FAMU National Alumni Association. The FAMU NAA Miami-Dade chapter has given you the website to join. I invite you to renew your dues or join as a new member, grab 2, 3, or 10 other friends and join us at the National Alumni Association. And let's keep striking together, Rattlers.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Polk. Appreciate that very much from the National Alumni Association. And now we will come down into Florida with our leader, and we will have our leader, VP, Mr. William Humans, join us for a few words. Mr. Humans.
Good evening, Miami-Dade Rattlers, and not to reiterate a lot from our first Vice President, Patricia Polk, but my name is William Humans, the Florida Region Vice President of our illustrious Alumni Association, and just so proud to just be participating with you tonight on this Rattlathon for membership. As was mentioned before, you know, I have many years, it's actually my 10th year of really being a part of the National Alumni Association. I got that humble start in Louisville, Kentucky at that national convention. And ever since then, it's just been just such a great time and involvement there. But just joining the National Alumni Association, you know, we always talk about that fridge, right? That's our mission. And, you know, just supporting our university along fundraising, recruitment of students, joining our chapters through membership, image building, and government relations, you know, as far as advocating for the #1 HBCU in the country. But, you know, again, thank you so much for having me. You know, continue to strike Miami-Dade. Also, congratulations on being the large chapter of the year in the Florida region out of 4. Again, you know, it's what you do, you know, and growing your membership, I think over 85% in the past fiscal year. So again, keep on striking from down there in the South Florida area, and anything you need from me, I'm here for you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Humans. We're going to continue our program with a video, if we can. Just a little hype video to get us hyped in reference to our Florida A&M, the Florida A&M University. All right, Rattlers, that should have got us joined up and riled up and ready to go. With that being said, Chaz, if you would, we're gonna go to the next video. If you could run the membership video for the chapter, and we'll come back to our brother Augustus Mitchell. All right, Rattlers, congratulations to our last year members, and prayerfully, all those members will renew and our numbers will be strong again this year for our 24-25 year. We're going to move the program along, but as we go, we're going to go back and we're going to first have our president of the National Alumni Association, who has joined us, have him give a few words. Our president, Mr. Curtis Johnson Jr. President, welcome.
Well, thank you, and good evening. Hello, Miami-Dade FAMU National Alumni Association, and all the great people that are part of that chapter and what we call the bottom, right? The bottom of the state of Florida and all surrounding areas. And, you know, President Albury, the great work that you and your leadership team are doing down in Miami and the South Dade area is to be commended. I'm honored to have a few moments to join you today in what I know will be a tremendous feat as you kick off this Rattler-thon, as you drive membership, as you continue to raise funds for those students at Florida A&M University. The need is so great right now with our young people, and our mission at the National Alumni Association is to make sure that we are exposing and recruiting these young people to Florida A&M University, helping them get through Florida A&M University with financial assistance and scholarships. And then more importantly, when they walk across that stage and graduate, that we connect them to these alumni chapters across the United States. We have over 80 chapters, over 6 different regions. And it's important that we then bring those young, energetic minds into our National Alumni Association, as we too have a goal to grow our National Alumni Association to over 10,000 paid members. And we're going to do it. And it's the help and it's the work of committed chapters like this chapter that's always at the pinnacle of doing great things and striking for Florida A&M University. So I just wanted to take a moment to come by and say thank you for having me. And hey, much success. And I know that you will strike from the top. Thank you for having me. Congratulations. Let's go Miami-Dade, South Dade. Let's get this done and reach that milestone goal.
Thank you, President, for those encouraging words. And we are going to go. We're gonna reach our goal this year. So now we will go into our chapter members, and we're going to begin with our youngest Rattler. And some of us should be slightly embarrassed, but I'm going to bring in our youngest Rattler, Miss Morgan McMillan. Morgan, can you join us and let us know why you are a member of the FAMU National Alumni Association Miami-Dade chapter as a 7th grader?
Hello, my name is Morgan McMillan, and I love being a part of this chapter because everybody is so nice and like welcoming, and every time we're together, we always have a good time. We always help in the community, so if you like being in the community and stuff like that, you should join. And if you haven't joined, then what are you doing? Because I joined, so you should too. So yeah, I've had a really good time, and thank you for having me.
All right, Miss Morgan, thank you. And thank you for giving them that charge to join. All right, so now that we have Morgan, now every Rattler in the Hall of Miami-Dade should be joining now. We have a 7th grader that is now a member of the Miami-Dade chapter of the National Alumni Association. So that should be a little guilt for you, all right? Anyway, we're going to move on. And here's the other great thing. We have an associate member of the Miami-Dade chapter of the National Alumni Association who's going to join us and tell us why he is a Rattler. Go ahead, Brother Leon Ward.
Okay, good evening. I think I need to go back because I've been at this a long time, but I need to share the why. So I graduated from Miami Central in 1969. Didn't know what to do with myself, so I went to Miami-Dade, got an AA degree. And then I went to Florida State University, got a degree in visual communications, and that's an art degree. But while at Florida State, my degree required that I take 2 graphic classes. They were not offered at Florida State, so I had to take them at FAMU. But what was so disturbing to me was my Black dorm mates, Black students at FSU that I ran into or discussed with, always had something negative to say about FAMU. And that disturbed me so much. And I stuck up for FAMU every time we had those discussions. But I said to myself, when I come back to Miami, I want to do something to promote the positive about FAMU. But I didn't have a format, a platform. I didn't know what to do. And then in 1976, I took some educational classes at Florida International, and I met Dr. Leela Walker. She was working at FIU at the time, FAMU grad. And we had many discussions about FAMU and our love for the university. She invited me to the Miami-Dade chapter. And I met some very dedicated, truly green and orange bleeding alumni, people like Dr. Woodard, Mrs. Woodard, Frankie Roll, Mr. Anders, Mr. Clare, Mr. Sims, Miss Betty Major, and it was just a great group of alumni, dedicated, hardworking, and they welcomed me with open arms, and just they mentored me and they got me involved in just about every activity they were involved with. I worked the committee for the Orange Blossom Classic, fundraisers. I designed T-shirts. We would sell T-shirts, did banners. I even became the chair of the athletic committee, raised scholarship money, on and on and on. So by doing all this, I was able to fulfill my need to help the university that I love, and it's put as much positive information out there as possible. And it has truly been a labor of love for me. I'm hoping that others who are not FAMUans, who want to see the university continue to thrive and be positive and go on to do more great things, I hope that they will become a part of this alumni association. I've been working with the chapter since the late 1970s, and I don't know for sure why, but I didn't actually become a paid member until 1984. But I've been around a very long time with this chapter. It's one of the great activities that I enjoy in my life. And thank you guys so much for making me a part of your organization over the years.
No, thank you, Brother Ward. You have been a great light to us and an inspiration to all those Rattlers who are not graduates of FAMU, but they are truly interested in what FAMU is and what FAMU does. So thank you. And so we're going to go next into our publication that we put out. And the interesting thing about our publication, Thy Noble Shrine, is that this publication is a publication that is actually done by students on campus. And so we have a couple of students on campus, but before we bring those students on, we're actually going to bring on our distinguished alumnus. And we're going to run through Thy Noble Shrine first, and then we'll bring on our distinguished alumnus, Brother Pierre Rutledge, after we run Thy Noble Shrine. And go ahead, Chaz. And these are different articles that were done by chapter members, where we did some alumni spotlights, where we spotlighted a few of our alumni here in Miami-Dade County. As you can see, we're doing great things all throughout the county. And this is a lot of what is going on campus that we share with the Miami-Dade community so that they know what's happening on the Hill. Okay, and so that is Thy Noble Shrine, and that's a publication that we put out quarterly here with the Miami-Dade chapter. So please look out for Thy Noble Shrine. And now I'm going to turn it over to our distinguished alumnus, Mr. Pierre Rutledge.
Good evening, Rattlers. President Alberry, VP Butler, thanks for having me. To all the dignitaries that we have on the call, I heard the National Alumni Association President, the Florida Region VP, and others on this call. And it's very, very simple. I was asked, what do y'all want me to do? I was honored to be nominated, and President Alberry, you got it wrong, because she was guessing to see who nominated me, because I didn't know. That's why, as an aspiring Rattler, or as Rattlers period, you always have to be conscious of your surroundings. People are always watching you. And for me, it's no big deal. If you want to see a winner, you watch a Rattler. It's plain and simple. Why is it an honor to be a part of this National Alumni Association? I'm going to be honest, I didn't have a choice. I am the son of a Rattler who worked very hard in the Miami-Dade chapter, Ada McKinney DeVoe, and all of her friends when they used to call on the phone tree to get each other to come to meeting. So as a 17-year-old freshman, I went up to pre-drill and became a member of the Marching 100 in my fall. And in the spring, I pledged the greatest fraternity in the world, in my opinion, Alpha Phi fraternity. So I was all in for the FAMU experience. What did I see when I got to FAMU that, as I travel, even today, that I don't see with other alum? The connection to the legacy and tradition. There's no question about our tradition and legacy. Supporting the university's mission. I almost feel obligated to give back, even when I don't want to Florida A&M being a second-generation Rattler. The networking and professional development, I'll give you a case in point. I was in Little Rock, Arkansas's airport on Sunday morning at 5:15 in the morning. And a young lady walked up to me, pulled out her business card. She said, I had a FAMU shirt on. She said, you're a Rattler. I said, I am. I said, I'm an 87 Rattler. She says, well, I'm a 99 Rattler. Come to find out, she is the Assistant Secretary of State of the state of Arkansas and works in the Arkansas Senate. So our networking and professional development, when you're talking about jobs, is second to none. Engagement and involvement. Members have the opportunity to stay engaged with FAMU, whether it's the OBC, whether it's the Florida Classic, or whether it's in your high schools and beyond, your colleges and universities. No matter where we go, people recognize Florida A&M and our brand. We've had an impact on future generations. I'm a prime example of that. I applied to one school. I wanted to be in the School of Business and Industry under the leadership of Dr. Sybil Mobley. Once I got accepted, ball game. I didn't apply anywhere else. And I think that it was the best decision that I made. I'll close with this, and some can recite it better than me, and I'm just going to give you the verbiage. I'm not going to do it like the legendary Dr. Frederick Humphreys. But when the dark clouds gather on the horizon, when the thunder and lightning fill the sky, when fate is but a glint in the eye of a fallen Rattler, and the hopes are lost friends, when the sinew of the chest grows weary from those hard charging linebackers, and the muscles and the legs grow tired from those hard charging running backs, you will always remember that the Rattlers will strike and strike and strike again. And I'll close with this. This is the #1 hit right now. And why FAMU? Why do we get involved in the Alumni Association? If you can't tell, I'm excited. Kendrick Lamar says it real plain. All of the other HBCUs, they're not like us. Thank you, Madam President, Vice President Butler, everybody assembled for giving me this opportunity. And most of all, thank you for honoring me with the 2024 Distinguished Alumni Award. It was an honor and a pleasure that I will never forget. Something that I started as a boy, be honest, at 17 years old on the highest of 7 hills, and graduated under Dr. Frederick S. Humphreys as a man. So thank you, FAMU. FAMU, I love thee.
Thank you, Brother Rutledge. Much appreciation to you and much congratulations to you. Before we bring on our current Rattlers who are on the Hill now, we're actually going to bring on a Rattler who is from Miami-Dade and is employed at FAMU, our Director of Health Professions, Mr. Augustus Mitchell.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for having me. Let me see. Am I on mute? Can everyone hear me?
You're good. You're good.
Okay. It says unmute myself. All right. All right. Of course, it's always great to be here, everybody. I see so many familiar faces on the participants here, so it's great to see everybody. Not only am I an administrator here, but I'm also an alum. You know, I attended Miami-Jackson High School and eventually came to Florida A&M University and finished both with my undergraduate and graduate degrees. So, and now as an administrator working in health professions, one of the biggest portions of my position is recruitment. And as we talk today, I noticed we have a lot of alum, and I really want to speak on the importance of your involvement as alums and your representation and what it means to be involved in the alumni chapter and the impact that it has on recruitment, you know. And FAMU is changing. We are an awesome institution. We're #1 5 years in a row, U.S. News and World Report, number one ranked, #1 for health sciences as well. For you all who did not know, FAMU is also #1 for health sciences, regardless of all the rhetoric that we hear. We continue to produce and also and put out the best scholars that we always have. But I just really wanted to touch on, I have a few seconds, the importance of you all, the importance of us continue to be active as alumni here at the university, right? One thing is this: the state of Florida is the most important state to the university's vitality. And for those of us who may not understand that, it's, we may not understand that, state universities have an obligation or a state mandate that we have 90% in-state students and 10% out-of-state, mainly because, in large part, the taxpayers' dollars that help support the institution, they want to be able to support and benefit in-state students. So it may be a bit different. I came in 1997. There was a large population of out-of-state students. But again, we all know that the structure of education changes. When you have different governors, board of trustees, the complexion of the university changes. So our priorities have to shift as well. So, but our importance in being involved with the alumni chapter can heavily weigh on and impact those influences. So the state of Florida is very important. We're supposed to be 90% in-state, 10% out-of-state. Currently, this recruitment class, everybody, it's about 60% in-state, 40% out-of-state. And that's for a couple of reasons, because I recruit the state of Florida and all across the country as well. I saw our teacher Poco on there up in DC who helps us recruit, and several others across the country. And the reality of it is, everybody, the state of Florida is changing. The graduating population is changing. Now, who's the growing population in the state of Florida? I'm sure everybody can answer that. The first was, what is the growing population in the state of Florida? We all know it's the Hispanic population. If we're in Orlando, it's Puerto Ricans. Orlando is the highest concentration of Puerto Ricans outside of Puerto Rico, And if we pay attention in Miami, y'all, I just had this conversation with Mr. Butler earlier. With Ron earlier. As I recruit Miami, when I was in high school in 1997, the complexion of Miami is changing. There's only about 4 or 5 black high schools left in the state in Miami. There's over 100 high schools, maybe close to 200 high schools in Miami-Dade County. There's only 5 that are African-American. And with that, we tend to hone our recruitment on that particular population. So we have a dwindling population of those individuals who will innately have affection for this institution. So the complexion of our student population is changing in the state of Florida. So being involved with our alumni chapters is very important because it shows presence. It shows you as an example of successes of the institution. So that part is very, very important. So the state of Florida is very important. All right, make sure we understand that. And we show support through alumni because we are examples of success. That's essentially what it is. We have to continue to promote that because as we see our government is changing and the politics change and also influence the university as well. So our presence is very, very important. Our alumni play a huge role on scholarship opportunities. There's a lot of us who attended the institution and unfortunately had to take out some loans. But one unfortunate knack against the institution is Florida A&M leads the state of Florida in student loan debt default. But we're the most affordable state institution. So we're the most affordable, but then there's a lot of students who leave with debt. So as alum, we can help curtail that by providing scholarship opportunities, help continue to raise money, so we can continue to sponsor those scholars who attend the institution. For those of us who may not know, we have an incoming freshman class of about 1,600 incoming freshmen. And the academic profile this year was a 3.99, 1130 on the SAT, a 23 or 24 on the ACT. And that's a lot higher than what we've been accustomed to in the past. So we think about scholarship opportunities. We think about the importance of Florida. We think about the dwindling population of African Americans who may genuinely have affection for the institution, and as we need to reach out to more different individuals throughout the African diaspora because the population is changing. So our presence to be an alum, an active alum, not just on the books, but be an active alum, meaning at your schools, at your positions, at your jobs. Continue to support the institution, finding internship opportunities wherever you may work, finding different ways we continue to support the student population in the university based on where you are, So those are just a couple of things I want to share about your importance in regards to being an alum, joining the alumni chapter, being an active member of the alumni chapter, and what it means towards the direction of recruitment in the institution, all right? So I just want to share a couple of words, and hopefully, I hope I didn't run over. It's hard to give a recruiter 2 minutes, because we'll take advantage of that time. So, but again, my name is Augustus Mitchell, everybody. I'm Director of Health Professions. And it's always great to be here to serve this institution because I'm also a product. So let's continue to fight. Let's continue to strike. We all know there's some transition going on, but we've always persevered. And we always continue to be number one with your support. So get active and get involved, everybody, all right?
Thank you, Augustus, with that words of encouragement. Again, family, please join now. As you can see at the bottom there, it gives you the information for you to join the Miami-Dade chapter. Please go in and join and get your friends, family, your other Rattlers, your associate members, as we've had already. Let's get everybody to join so that we can make sure that our mother FAMU is continuing to grow strong and we present the right message for our institution. And we now will have a few of our current students speak about why it's important for us as Rattlers to join the Miami-Dade chapter FAMU National Alumni Association. So I'm going to bring on our current Rattler, Mr. Anthony Baugh, to have a few words. Mr. Baugh.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Anthony Baugh. I'm a current senior at Florida A&M University, majoring in criminal justice. My overall experience at FAMU has been worthwhile. This alumni association has provided many and endless opportunities for me to continue my educational tenure at Florida A&M University and let my education at Florida A&M be a smooth sailing. The individuals that are in this organization are some of the most welcoming and friendly individuals that you can ask for. And I think that's just that FAMU spirit. So those of you who are FAMU Rattlers in the Miami area, please contact and get in touch with the Alumni Association to join. You're going to help and meet various professionals within the Alumni Association and continue to help and assist those incoming Rattlers to achieve excellence on the highest of 7 hills.
Well, thank you, Mr. Baugh. Much appreciation to you. We've seen your growth from being an incoming freshman to now moving into your senior year. And you've done a fine job, young man. So we appreciate you joining us this evening and encouraging all our Rattlers in the Miami to join our illustrious Alumni Association. And we have another young lady that we're going to have join us, and she hit the ground running, and she's doing a fine job up there on the hill. And so we're going to bring in Miss Walaja Williams to give a few words.
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry. Well, good evening, everyone. I was the 2023 scholarship recipient, and I encourage the ones who have not joined to join. Going into the Hill, I did not really know, many people are where to even start. And being a part of this organization, they have so many events for us where we get to network and even network with them, the alumni, and they just support us so much. And I just had a really great experience with having their support, and with them backing me, I was able to do the things that I wanted to do. So as of right now, I'm a part of 8 different clubs. I went to several of their events, and I think you guys should join. It's really worth it, and they give you endless support. So join, because, it's the best and you won't regret it.
All right, Ms. Williams, thank you so much. And so Rattlers, as you can see, we're making certain that our Rattlers that are going on the Hill are taken care of while they're on the Hill and when they do come back into the community. So please make sure that you are engaged and that you are inspired by our young people to make sure that they do what they need to do up there on the Hill. Chaz, if you could take us into our chapter video of the different events and things that have gone on.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together.
All right, so as you can see, Rattlers, we are very busy. We are very busy throughout the year. We're not just limited to providing scholarships. We're engaged in the community. We're involved in the community, and we have fun. So our Be Out Day, our Bowling for Scholars, our meetups. So we're doing a lot of engaging things. And so Rattlers, please encourage yourself and others to come on in and join us in the Miami-Dade chapter. As you can see below again, the membership information, Miami-Dade FAMU NAA/membership. Go on in tonight and go ahead and join us. We're going to turn it over now to one of our illustrious members of our Alumni Association, Mr. David Williams.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here, and all the platform guests and everyone that is listening. My name again is David Williams, Jr. I'm a scientist for over 33 years. I travel the country for 2 of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Been to a lot of alumni association meetings. But nothing beats all my years, the Miami-Dade Alumni Association. You know, the beauty of this is that this Alumni Association gives you the whole package, not just a piece of the package, the whole package. You heard tonight from a young lady that was a 7th grader that was a member of the Alumni Association. You heard tonight from a young man that didn't attend Florida A&M, but saw the greatness in us and became a member. Now is the time to reach down and become a family member of the Florida A&M Alumni Association. We are a family. If you've been with us over the years, if you've seen the videos, you see that we bring the total package. How do you not join an organization that believes in family, that believes in government, that believes in community? All those things that we do, and we offer all kinds of opportunities for you to be involved in those things as a membership. You know, I sponsor the David Williams Science Scholarship. We have all kinds of scholarships, not only from science, but math, history, learning. All of those things are accessible to people in this community. You know, I infer upon you and concur that you cannot find a better organization than the Miami-Dade chapter, Florida A&M Alumni Association. If you believe in family, if you believe in community, if you believe in children, with everything we know about early learning, why not get every member of your family to become a member of the Florida A&M Alumni Association? We have a 7th grader. Let's see who's going to rise to the occasion and drop down lower. Let's see, can we get some members from kindergarten and from 1st grade, 2nd grade, and elementary school? I think those are the driving things that we need to do. And I think that not only will benefit the Alumni Association, but it benefits the community. You know, this is almost like an altar call. You know, we'll open our hands and we open our doors to everybody. Come join us tonight and become a member of the Florida A&M Alumni Association Miami-Dade chapter. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brother Williams. We appreciate that very much, and we charge everyone to do just that. Join the Miami-Dade chapter of the Florida A&M National Alumni Association. And I'm going to now turn it over to our leader and our membership chair, who's going to bring some words and encourage us and she set some goals. Our president has set some goals. She has set some goals. She's going to explain those goals. And I know that we here in the Miami-Dade County area, we're going to make it happen. So Miss Romania Wilson, take it over. And this is our membership chair.
Good evening, family. As you see, I have my rattler. And I want to thank you all. I am just blown away this evening. It has been amazing. Good evening, family. And thank you for being here this evening. What an evening this has been so far. I am Romania Wilson. I'm a 3-decade member of this Miami-Dade chapter of Florida A&M University. And I am honored to be the membership chair for 2024-2025. I am delighted, I am humbled, and I'm excited to serve. I want to, first of all, thank all of our special guests, university representation, our national alumni leadership, and our Florida region leadership for being here this evening. That says a lot. When you can get that kind of power to come and be a part of your program, that says a lot. And we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'd also like to thank the students who are here this evening and our chapter members. You all play such an integral part. Our students who are currently in school right now. And we know that we support you financially, but we also support you spiritually. Anytime you all need to call us, you all have our own personal phone numbers, and you're able to reach out to us. Our chapter members, I can't say enough. We have the best chapter. I love my chapter, the Miami-Dade chapter. And if you are looking at us right now and you're a part of an alumni association, if you don't feel like that about your chapter, you should. You most certainly should. But I'm just going to tell you how we feel here in the Miami-Dade chapter. Thank you to, of course, our dynamic Miami-Dade leadership. And of course, my special thanks this evening to VP Ron Butler, our host, and to our marketing extraordinaire, Chazere Hill, for our producer this evening, who's bringing this Rattler-thon and made it possible for all of you to see this evening. Last year, our membership drive initiative was Invest in the Spirit of FAMU. Miami-Dade, you all knocked the doors off the hinges doing just that. You put your time, you put your talents, and you put your dollars. That was an amazing, amazing year. All of the accomplishments, the goals that we set, we just kicked the door down. And what can you say about a chapter who raised membership 86%? And I think we were the highest overall of course, in the Florida region and maybe across the NAA. That was amazing, Miami-Dade. Our membership drive initiative for 2024-2025 is Me Plus 3. Madam President Alberry has set an amazing goal for us, our chapter this year, for 300 plus members, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And let me explain the Me Plus 3 initiative. The Me is making sure that you have paid your own dues. Okay, that's the Me. And number one, the other 3 areas of opportunity for membership is one, making sure that the member that sits next to you in chapter meeting or someone that you talk to on the phone, call them. Say, hey, have you paid your chapter dues? It's easy as going to our QR code. You can pay your chapter dues online, or if you can't, or you can mail them in, or you can go over and pick up the check from that chapter member. The second line of opportunity is your organizations, your fraternities, your sororities, your places of worship, where you work. You see Rattlers every day. You see them. And just take an opportunity to stop and say, hey, wouldn't you like to be a part of a dynamic experience? And that's the Miami-Dade chapter. And the third level of opportunity for recruiting membership is associate membership. You heard Leon Ward, and I tell you, Leon is such a blessing and it warms my heart because he, as so many other Rattlers, and I call him a Rattler because he pours his heart out in everything that he does. And of course, our youngest Rattler, who's an associate member, she does the same thing. So associate membership are members who, or people who are not alumni or graduates of FAMU, but they love FAMU. You may have an auntie, you may have an uncle, you may have a cousin who love FAMU. You know, they throw on that orange and green when we have football games or whenever there's time to go up for homecoming. Say, hey, why don't you enhance what you do? Why don't you enhance your love for FAMU by being a member of the Miami-Dade chapter? We would love, love, love to have you. And we say in this chapter, our motto in this chapter is get in where you fit in. We have members from, as you see, from Morgan on up to what we call our seasoned Rattlers. We don't call them our older Rattlers. We call them our seasoned Rattlers. Because when you put a little bit of season in something, it's good. And our seasoned Rattlers are awesome in this chapter. And we all work. There is a place for everyone in this chapter. And we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be a part of this dynamic chapter, the #1 large chapter in the state of Florida. And that was hard work. It was intentional, but it was fun. And we want you to come out and be a part of this experience. And I'm going to close this evening by saying one thing. I am because of FAMU. Are you? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson, and thank you for that charge of reaching our goal and beyond. We're almost done, Rattlers, but before we do that, I'm going to turn it back over to our Madam President, and our Madam President is going to go over a few of our upcoming events for the year so that you can see the great work that we do and the fun that we have here in our Miami-Dade chapter. Madam President.
Thank you again, and thank you, Rattlers. Thank you to all of the Rattlers and family and friends that are watching, that I hope you've enjoyed this evening. A lot of time has gone into putting this together to make sure that you know that the Miami-Dade chapter is here. And as our membership chair stated, our programs, we are intentional. We have a great time. We are family. We have our football meetups. Listen, nothing like Rattlers getting together to watch a football game, be it here if the game is away, or we get together and go to Tallahassee or Orlando. It does not matter. So we have our meetups. We do that at least every quarter. We are so involved in our family health and community initiatives. We participate in the lupus walk. We're looking forward to being a part of the Trayvon Martin walk next year. We're going to do a walk at Goldman High School. So we have many things planned. You will see us around from September to December at various high schools. We participate in those high school college fairs. We take it a step further, not just talking with students. We also do ACT and SAT preparation. We designate a night once a week to help our students. You heard Mr. Mitchell mention that FAMU has changed. The admission requirements have changed. And so you know what Miami-Dade has done? We pivot. We make sure that we grasp the hands of those students that have FAMU on their radar. We are and will be involved in a trip down to Key West. The Rattlers just take over the Keys. So come on, be a part of those things. Help us as we help our community to grow. We work with, participate with, and strategically involved with our faith-based D9 organizations and being a part of those events. So Rattlers, I hope you've heard something that just makes you want to throw those fangs up, latch on, jump in, and say, I am a member of this Miami-Dade chapter. Our theme song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now. We're on the move. And yes, our goal is 300 and beyond. And it is not just to have names on the roster. It is so that because FAMU, in whatever way, has invested in us, we are intentional about investing in FAMU and empowering the next generation of Rattlers. Rattlers, I hope you've enjoyed this. We thank you so much. Go ahead, pay your dues. Those of you that need to renew, now is the time. Those of you that are ready to join, now is the time. We will continue to strike, and wherever and whenever you need the FAMU Miami-Dade chapter, we are here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and attention. And our first meeting in August will be the third Saturday. Stay tuned for all of the information, and we look forward to having you join us so that we can welcome you into this FAMU Miami-Dade chapter family.
Thank you, Madam President. Much appreciation. And as you can see, family, we have a lot of events we have for this upcoming fiscal year. So please get in where you fit in so that you can enjoy the pleasures of the Miami-Dade chapter of the Florida A&M National Alumni Association. We have another hype video that we're going to show you about the university. And after that, we will do our alma mater, and then we will share the Zoom link so that we all can come together and you can join the Zoom so that we all can come together and have a conversation about growing our great Miami-Dade chapter.
Look at me now, you better just let's go. Get out the wagon, what is you saying? Cause I am not playing it. I've been a goat from Quay, but this isn't back in the day again. Now or never, breathing in air is mountain weather. I disappear, but putting the styles together. Look at me now, you better just get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. You see in my eyes, you're looking at danger. Get out the way. I'm loving the taste and feeling the flavor. Get out the way. It's nothing to save you. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. You see in my eyes, you're looking at danger. I'm loving the taste and feeling the flavor. It's nothing can save you. Get out the way. You couldn't say I didn't warn you, call me informed. I headed across the waters. Hotter than sauna, feeling important. I had to cut the shortcut, taking a long way. I got the sauce, I'm looking to saute. This is an off day, but still working, so get out of harm's way. Don't let me tell you again, I'm coming to win and coming to lose it. Don't let me tell you again, I'm coming to win, so get out the way. Don't let me tell you again, I'm coming to win and coming to lose it. Don't let me tell you again, I'm coming to win, so get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way.
All right, Rattlers, that is why we want you to join the Miami-Dade chapter of the Florida A&M University National Alumni Association, because it is because of those things why we want to continue to support our university as well as supporting our community. And to close out, we're going to close out with our alma mater, and then after that, we'll share the Zoom link for us all to join in together so we can have a post presentation chat. Chaz, the alma mater. Again, we want to thank you for joining us this evening. Again, as you can see here, we want you to join the chapter, join our Miami-Dade chapter. This is the Zoom information for tonight's meeting. We want you to come on in and join us so that we can chat it up for a few more minutes as Rattlers, as family. Again, please join the Miami-Dade chapter and or renew your chapter dues so that we can get to work. Again, as Madam President stated, our first meeting is going to be in August. We hope to see you there already a chapter member. You all have a wonderful evening. Thank you. All right, Rattlers, thank you all so very much. We